You shouldn't be wasting your time clearing that driveway.
The owner asked me to help.
He never cares about keeping his yard clean.
Son, I can't keep up with it anymore.
Sir, why do you need the driveway cleared today?
I promised I'd teach him how to drive.
The neighbor thought clearing Mr. Roy's driveway was pointless. The grass had grown over both edges. Weeds were pushing through every crack, and an old pickup truck near the garage looked like it hadn't moved in years. But when I asked Roy why the driveway had to be cleared that day, the 81-year-old man smiled and said, "My grandson gets here after school. I owe him a driving lesson." Roy walked with a cane after a stroke weakened his left side, and he hadn't driven himself in almost a year. His grandson, Ethan, was 16 and taking his driving test on Monday. Ethan's mother, Roy's daughter Melissa, had died from an illness 3 years earlier. Before she got sick, she always joked that Roy would be the one to teach Ethan how to drive because she didn't have the patience. Roy had taught Melissa in the same driveway decades earlier. She stalled the truck 6 times on her first lesson, backed into a trash can on the second, and nearly made Roy swear off teaching forever. "She became a good driver eventually," he told me, depending on who you ask. After Melissa died, Roy became one of the people Ethan depended on most. They didn't talk about grief much. They fixed things, watched football, ate breakfast at the same diner, and whenever Ethan mentioned getting his license, Roy would say, "When the time comes, Grandpa's got you." But then Roy had his stroke. He spent weeks in rehabilitation. The truck sat near the garage. The yard grew higher, and the driveway slowly disappeared under weeds. Ethan never complained. He started practicing in his father's car instead. But Roy knew Monday's test was coming. "That boy thinks I forgot," he said. I didn't. So that morning, Roy had tried clearing the driveway himself with a string trimmer. He lasted 10 minutes before his legs started shaking. That was when I showed up. I told him to sit down and let me handle the grass. I started at the street and worked toward the garage. I edged both sides of the driveway, cut weeds from the cracks, trimmed branches away from the truck, and cleared enough space for a car to move safely. As the concrete appeared, Roy started laughing. Near the garage were old, faded chalk marks, 2 crooked lines, a giant X, and the word "Stop" written in letters almost worn away. Roy said Melissa had drawn them when Ethan was little. She used to put him in a toy car and make him pretend to stop at intersections. She told him traffic laws started at age 5, Roy said. Then his smile disappeared for a second. She should be the one doing this. I didn't know what to say, so I just kept working. By 3:30, the driveway was completely clear. Then Ethan came walking up from school. He looked at the yard, then at the old picture.